Hi, I'll be playing Jasper Black, the Bruja.
GR, I will be playing Warren Sawyer, the Malkavian.
Hi, I'm Jazzy. I'll be playing Soraya, the Assamite.
Hello there, my name is Jimmy, and I'll be playing Wren, the Gangrel.
Hi, I'm Legacy, and I'll be playing Margot, the daughter of Coterie.
And I am Vironz, your storyteller for this lovely evening. Inside the vault, Dimitri had just closed the vault door on you, slamming it shut, airtight. Deborah was just screaming at everything that is going on. It seems like something out of a psychic. Seems like something out of the movies where psychic ward detainees escape, start causing chaos. Randy is looking famished, not starving, but definitely very hungry. Deborah has the gas mask on for her oxygen. Margot sinks her teeth in, drains all of her blood, and then gives some of her own vitae to Deborah, turning her into a canite as well. The process is often gruesome, and this is no exception. And after about half an hour, Deborah stirs awake and is clutching her head and holding it and crushing it ever so slightly, covering her ears. She begins saying, Where's all this coming from? So what's all this music?
Good morning to you too. Glad you're finally awake. Don't worry, that music will never go away.
Soraya, it is dead silent in this vault except for the two talking. There's no music.
Music. Is there music playing?
Yes, it's so loud. It's screaming at me. There's the trumpets, the trombones, the bass. It's so loud.
Deborah. Okay, darling. I know that it is a lot right now for you, but welcome to your new life. Because we don't know when we're getting out of this, so it was either I did this to you or you die, and I mean, technically, it's a lot. I think that you need to just take it. Doing this whole spiel is never easy for anybody, but stand perfectly still and focus your mind on lowering the music. It won't make it go fully away, but it will eventually dampen down and you'll get used to it. Think of your mind as like a stereo.
She stands up and has an oxygen mask in her hand and starts breathing on it.
Oh, you don't need that anymore. And she's gonna take the mask out of her hands.
And she starts breathing in and doing the kind of hyperventilating stuff that you do when you're crying. And she is crying, but it is now tears of blood. And she's like kind of like hiccuping and trying to suck in breath, but it isn't there. I'm like, what's going on? What did you do to me? And she like she's like rubbing her temples, and her face calms down ever so slightly. And she goes, she then looks at Margot and she goes like, what's going on? Who are you? What are you? What are all of you?
Well, technically, I am your mommy.
Sire.
It's more fun to say mommy. She'll give a slightly, like, toothy grin.
I look away from Margot.
Deborah is still doing the ever so slight hyperventilation. She
Okay.
rubs her face and the blood smears and she looks down. She kind of like freaks out and steps back from all of you, pressing herself up against the vault door again.
We've tried. You're not going anywhere. And anyway, you need to learn about your new life. We can be your friends. In fact, you have no choice.
Well, you're kind of right. Okay. You sit down. This is a lot to kind of go over in a brief amount of time. Or a long time, I guess, depending on how long we're stuck here for. I don't even know where here is, if I'm being completely honest. But do you like horror movies at all? Like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Dracula.
Halloween?
Yeah. Do you like horror movies?
Yeah, a bit. Why?
Okay, do you like monster movies? You know, werewolves and vampires and ghosts and ghouls and all that other pish posh crap.
She's not gonna respond. She's staring at you with a slight bit of horror. There's still blood trickling down from her eyes. Slowed, but it is still there.
Okay. So, what if I were to tell you that those things exist? The vampires and the werewolves and the ghosts and the pish posh crap.
No, they can't. That's just movies. You've got to be insane. No, you have to be insane. This can't be real.
Soraya, darling, would you like to show her, or should I?
I'll try my best. Although, Randy, my dear, I must say I'm proud of you for coming to this acceptance rather quickly. You know, most people put up quite a bit of protestation. Now, Deborah, was it? First of all, this is your companion. You share a birthday, which is a sign that you two are to be the best of friends for the rest of your life. And since our lives are eternal, potentially, you know.
At risk.
What do you mean birthday? My birthday is next month.
Not anymore. This is your life now. And what is life but a motion of limbs, correct?
It's not how I would put it. It's, blood pumping through you. What,
Oh,
you
don't
know,
worry, that'll be full and plenty.
Yes,
That's
we
what every
still need
state's-
blood, although our heart pumps not blood but ash. It's all very romantic.
Yes, romantic. Nothing quite like going out for a walk in the sun and getting a third-degree burn almost instantly. No.
Oh, yes, you won't see the sun again. At least, not directly. You're a vampire now, dear. Sorry if we didn't use that word yet, but I think it's best to be direct. We are what you would have called a vampire, although we're not quite as you might have seen in the movies.
No, because they're... Well, they kind of look like her, and she points to Margot. You know, white, sparkly. Ish.
Not. What are you talking about?
Well, your dress.
Well, yeah, but this is a vintage. It's a classic. At
Yes,
least from
well,
my era.
I mean, Soraya laughs and says, well, you know, it'll surprise you to know that not all vampires are white. Sorry to disappoint. Not all of us are Christian or Christian normative either.
Not all of us are sexy or seductive. I mean, I am, but
Margot
you know,
certainly is.
I'm a bad.
And since you're her child, you might be too. You might find that that's your inclination.
Or not.
Or not, you might be more like me. You know, a shape in the shadows. Ooh, very spooky.
Deborah doesn't look... I mean, her look hasn't changed mystically or anything. She...
Or you might be like...
She looks average still.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might be like Randy, who is still, you know, silent, despite going through the biggest transformation of his life.
You could see that he's showing a lot of restraint at the moment. I mean, this isn't fully new information to him, but this is still... It's still a very weird situation.
It's okay, my child. I know it's a lot to take in. I'm just joking.
This is almost comically funny because, well, I never thought I would ever be a, sire or parent. Quite honestly, my kind's a bit of a, dying breed.
You're telling me. I've always wanted to be a mother.
Where's this music coming from?
Oh, so... You are a part of a very, special line of, our kind. Basically, you know how in royalty, it's kind of divided up between, like, families, and, like, every family has their own, like, crest and all of that fun jazz. Jazz.
Fun jazz indeed.
All kind of like that. We're all... It's kind of like the human race. We're all the same thing, just different bloodlines, families, or we call them clans.
And mine is? Ours is?
Well, it's a bit of a fun thing, and she'll look to Soraya. If you tell anybody what my real clan or bloodline is, we will have some problems.
Including your own child?
Margot's eyes are shifting around, and so are Randy's, by the way.
You are a part of a line of mostly women. There are a few men in our ranks, but not many. We have voices of power, and they are unbelievably important, especially in music and politics and entertainment, I guess, in general. Well, you're a part of the bloodline, called the Daughters of Cacophony. We are powerful in our own rights. Tell me, what is it that you do for work? Or did for work, or do for work, or whatever?
I'm a lawyer. I'm an attorney. I stand up and talk in a courtroom a lot of the time, or, I'm at my desk researching.
Interesting. So you know the importance of your voice.
Very.
Now, what if I were to tell you that your voice could be thrown for people miles and miles away to hear? People would be damned to try to ignore your arguments in court.
That can't be real.
She is, Margot is going to stand up straight and kind of get herself in a shoulders back, chest puffed out. She's holding onto her diaphragm, and she is going to start singing a song. And while she's doing that, she is going to activate her first thought of Melpiphany. I don't know how to say that. I've had this power for months, and
Melpomene?
Melpomene. That one. I'm gonna activate the first thought and throw my voice out, where it sounds like I have a backup singer, and she and everybody will be able to hear it, as she just starts singing like random, like almost like operatic notes.
Forming an own, forming chords out of your voice by creating duplicates.
Right.
Margot, you're an entire orchestra.
It's how I've managed for years and years on my own. Doing the musician thing. It's why I haven't been chased off. The Toreador thing is a protective barrier. They think that you're just some hot jazz singer. They don't think twice.
I can understand. Being a banshee, is it okay to say that, or is that a slur?
I mean, I don't have an opinion either way. It is what I am, and it is what I can become.
Well, of course, secrets. I know the value of secrets, and I also know the value of hidden identities and of trust to a refugee. Certainly, your identity is safe with me. You've kept my secret this long, after all.
I don't. Despite what people might think, the Camarilla does not own my life. And I'm not one to just blab secrets despite my affiliations with the Primogen. By the way, we'll explain all of this stuff to you both as, time comes. But, Soraya, you must know that I am now in a sticky predicament. Not only for what I am, but for what I just did, because I did not have permission.
Neither did I, not from Alamut nor the Camarilla, the two factions that I'm trying to get in good with, or at least get not to kill me. But, I felt as though I would be more damned if I let an innocent person die for no reason. It is necessary to spread the blessings of the blood, whatever Urshulgi or the Camarilla say. We are in a unique position to do good, to redeem ourselves of our sins.
I've never been religious, despite my age.
Nobody's perfect.
But we have the ability to welcome new people into our world and show them the beauty that is the gifts that we bear. And that is what we did. And I am going to try to not regret it. Not that you're a regret, darling. Of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Selfishly, I've always wanted a family. I've always wanted to be a mother. But, I was sired when, before my marriage. And anyway, I've never much liked men. If I'm to learn of love, I'd rather it be with somebody who can see things as I see them, feel what I feel. And, well, I would like a child. Randy, even though you're older than me, I think.
He's 19.
Oh, never mind then. I thought he was like a long-term grad student, excuse me.
No, I shouldn't say so too. He's early 20s and, late teens. He's a philosophy student, but getting his bachelor's at most at the moment.
Then I thought that he was like postdoc. Randy, even though you're probably only like maybe 10 years or less than that younger than me, you should know that I love you like a mother, and I will make sure that you are protected.
He kind of goes like, but what about my mortal mom?
I'm sorry, I'm your mommy now.
Make me brick character.
Yeah. About your mortal mom. So, we should probably tell you both now. Nobody can know what you are.
Yes, much as we desire to help mankind, we must do so from the shadows. We are dangerous, and mortals are right to fear us. But also, we are right to fear them. We are actively hunted. And secrecy is of the utmost importance for our survival. Break our
What-
trust, and you will die.
Randy says, but what about my night classes with Professor Cretius? Which is Cretus. His actually the way I'm supposed to be pronouncing it is Cretius. Thank you to some people for correcting me. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, you can continue to do night school. No, I'm not gonna stop you. You are, you do have a lot of free will, to do whatever it is that you please during the night. You know, just don't go off killing people willy-nilly. Make sure that you keep your new identity hidden. But you're free to exist in whatever shape or fashion you pick at night. It's the daytime where you'll be asleep.
I forget. Out of character, do we know the name Cretius?
Margot would. Soraya would not, as Soraya is new to the city.
See.
You would perhaps know it from history, but not too well.
All right, so I wouldn't recognize the name.
Not really. Margot would recognize it as the guy who was playing chess in the club and that really, really old Bruja guy who might be from the days of Carthage.
Right. Your professor is actually one of us.
But he doesn't seem like it.
Exactly. That's kind of the point. You need to do whatever it takes to make yourself appear as human as possible. You just have extra special gifts and a new diet. Oh, and you'll never change. You're never gonna grow old. Your hair will stay the same. Your skin, your body. Nothing will change. Any tattoos that you may have will be forever on your skin, and they'll be forever in the way or condition that they are. So hopefully you have nothing botched. This goes to both of you.
You, Margot, you would have heard of some Brujas that are, that are very rebellious. They do actually shed their tattoos during the embrace, as it is technically a liquid inside your body, and it's a foreign body, so your body does reject it during the embrace. It is, there is rumors of a special Tremere ritual, albeit a painful one, that does allow a Bruja to get a tattoo. Soraya would also know this as well.
Yeah.
This guy's not
But to a
Bruja.
lesser degree.
But yeah, you will forever be who you are.
It's like that movie, and they shall not grow old. Such a sweet movie, wasn't it? It's a movie about like all the young men who died in World War One.
Bit of a different vibe.
And you both make a perception
Nope.
alert. No, sorry. Soraya. Sorry, that's a good point. Soraya, can you make a perception alertness standard
Okay.
difficulty?
Let's see.
I
Perception.
mean,
Margot doesn't
is
see shit.
Margot's got one die.
Okay. 5, 8. 2 successes.
By now you've picked up with all the blood that was running out of Deborah's eyes earlier. Randy is kind of staring at her very intently. Now that he's like not as focused on the conversation. He's now staring like very much and looking ever slightly feral-esque, but not. He's not gonna act on it. He's just staring at it.
There, Randy. Shh. It's okay. We'll teach you how to eat properly soon. Don't do anything that you'll regret, and don't do anything that'll scare off your sister.
He mocks he does like a fake mocking of a sigh. It's still not perfect, as he's still having to retrain himself how to do it because he doesn't breathe anymore. And it does feel unnatural to even attempt now.
Do you know what helps me remember how to breathe?
They both look at you now.
Smoke cigarettes. You're forced to focus on something. You force a deep breath in to inhale smoke. You exhale it to make it seem as though it does anything. You can't get any diseases from basic things like that anymore. So
It's true. I only started smoking after I died. You know, smoking kills, don't you know?
They both laugh at that slightly. And Deborah is gonna ask, but how? She's stammering and she's how? What about regular sickness?
You'll nothing really. I mean, you personally cannot get sick.
There are no regular sicknesses, but Randy, you do suffer from certain blood curses, which our bloodline is afflicted with. And I'm sorry to tell you that one of them involves a taste for the blood of other vampires. There is a healthy way to deal with this curse, though, and that we can discuss later.
Your curse is that you'll constantly hear jazz music in your head. Well,
Constantly.
jazz. My curse is jazz music. Yours could be, I don't know, hip hop, R&B, country.
As Marco's curse
I
is
mean,
mostly
constantly being in the presence of something jazzy doesn't sound like the worst curse to me.
as Marco's constantly listening to that of Trump, like just pure brass sections of a jazz section, it does seem that with Deborah mentioning that of the bass, and that she might be suffering from, maybe a full jazz band or, more aspects of it than Margot is.
It will dole out. It comes with time. It comes with practice. I remember when I was first embraced, it was loud and repetitive, and it drove me practically mad, but over time, it becomes like your own personal theme music. You are both new in a world that is going to be dark and maybe a little bit frightening. But you are given so many ways to cope with it. And you're not going to be alone. We will take care of you.
Yes, all joking aside about family ties and all that, all we have is each other. You know, I sired you, Randy, and Deborah, you were sired in my presence. With the implication of trust, and that is a rare and sacred thing to us. We will look after you, we will teach you, we will protect you. And in return, just don't betray our trust and be receptive to what we have to say, because it will be with the intention of helping you.
And keeping you safe. As safe as we can. And with the trust thing, let me give you a free lesson, because you will find that unless you are with the people with the right intentions, free is, well, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Be careful who you trust. Whether it be your mortal friends and family or the new ones that you will make in this life. Because trust is very unforgiving if it falls in the wrong hands. And she's going to look at Soraya with the I better be able to trust you eyes.
Soraya, closes her eyes and gives, a slight nod. You know, trying to reassure her silently.
Unfortunately, I don't know when we are going to get out, but this might be a really good time for us to settle in and teach you the ropes. We've got some space. So, what do you say?
They both nod their heads. We come back to our group, leaving for the club. Margot and Soraya have been rescued from the vault and have come out with their 2 new children. What will happen when they get to the club? Will they attack Gracious, the one who put them as chess pieces, without their consent, or will they attack Dimitri, the one who captured them? Snow falls harder and harder on the ground, and the feet crunch. There's no sign of breathing. What is the group going to do with the 2 new children?
That's like one of the traditions, y'all. We have to hide them.
Yeah, that is.
I have a pretty secure haven, that's reasonably far away from at the Succubus Club. What say we bring them there?
I cannot lie, I'm surprised that you're one to follow the traditions.
Listen, my issue is with the old Camarilla fucks. It doesn't mean there aren't good ideas. But more importantly, this shit gets you killed. It gets them killed.
Both of the Deborah and Randy, they both go into that bug-eyed state and are just looking terrified now.
Yeah, welcome to the night, kids. Unfortunately, I can't. You've got a lot going on. Listen, if you think your haven is safe, Soraya, we'll drop him off there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's.
I mean,
If
I
someone.
don't know. We can't drop them off there. We can't leave them alone.
Well, I'm not babysitting.
Margot, how safe would it be if we brought them to the Succubus Club? You know, as part of the group. They do need to feed.
Do you remember what happened to Annabelle when a couple of things were off?
Right. Fine. Come along, kids. We'll put you up in my home for now. Everybody agreed?
Yeah.
That's the safest bet.
I'll have some blood bags for you to drink from.
Might be for the best. At least until we can get you somewhere safe.
They both nod their heads, and with Soraya taking the lead over to the church. It's about a 15-minute walk from where you are. As the rest of the group walks in, the other two very are trepidatious about entering the church, not knowing if the myth is true about crossing that boundary. And as the two know they're from different clans, bloodlines, they don't know if they can actually enter the church or not.
Oh, kids. Religious faith is not in and of itself dangerous. There is a danger associated with faith, but, well, we'll tell you more about that later. But look, I'm completely unharmed by this cross.
Randy takes a very cautious step in, and then with his shoulders very high up, being very tense, and then as he lands his foot down, fully crosses the threshold, his shoulders relax. And then Deborah also walks up behind him, now realizing that it's safe, kind of putting him more in the idea of danger. Deborah speaks up. So, where are these blood bags, and how are we sure that nobody's gonna find us? What if they do find us? What's gonna happen then?
What indeed? Maybe I should stay back.
I mean, what do y'all have back at home? Is someone gonna be looking for you?
They both shake their heads no.
I turn to the group. I mean, look, if we aren't followed, let's just send them to their own places. Black out the windows, sleep under your sheets. But if that's the worry, then no one's gonna know to go look for him there.
I mean, you're probably right about that too, but we shouldn't just send them empty-handed. If we can get a hold of blood bags. Enough to get them under control.
That's fair, yeah.
There's probably a free clinic or something around here.
Are any of you experts in breaking into free clinics?
Deborah
It's been a-
inherently turns her eyes over to Wren. Just instantly.
I mean, I have some experience in a pinch needing to go to a clinic, so I can easily try. And I'll be willing to at least get them set up.
If you would be all right with that, that would be very helpful.
I'll help them get them set up and check their places of go with them. Check what their status is and see if it's, help them vampire proof at least, but still.
Righto.
So, Randy and Deborah, is that correct?
Yeah, my name's Randy and he's Deborah, yeah.
Okay, you guys are going to follow me. We'll go to the nearest clinic, get some blood bags, and then we'll go to each of your places to make sure everything is on the up on when it comes to making sure no daylight gets in. That's the last thing anyone needs.
Okay. And for the sake of time, we'll just say that, the following events happen for the rest of the night. But can you make a dexterity and larceny roll to break in and get the blood bags?
Sure. All right.
Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. Not Daredevil because it's
Yes, not exceptionally dangerous.
it's not exceptionally dangerous. But yeah. 5, 7. Difficulty 7, right?
Yes.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh dear.
Jesus. Uh-oh. Starting off strong tonight. Yeah, that's a failure.
Okay. As you don't really have much luck, so you don't get the blood bags for them. But they aren't.
Jesus.
I mean, the only one who's looking close to feral is Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you give her some of your blood, it's like it'll be close to a blood bond, but you might be able to avoid it. But you can also not do that. You don't know how knowledgeable of she is of the whole society so far.
Yeah, I'll offer some of my blood to her, just so it was like, this was a bust. I know you need this more tonight, kid, and I'll gladly give you some of mine tonight, and I'll make it up to you.
Wow. In the same way as well.
Yep.
She latches onto your wrist, and you were getting the feeling that she might actually start taking more.
I'm at least giving her 2 of my blood, but then I'm just gonna be like, try to help her. Like, okay, that's enough. That is enough.
Now, as Wren is doing all of this, is the whole group tagging along, or are they heading straight to the club?
Oh, I'm keeping my sights on Deborah the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
likewise. I'm staying with Randy.
okay. And the other two, Jasper and Warren, what are you two doing?
Majority rules. I'm not trying to roll up alone because I want to make big stink when we get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's after the beating and everything. It's now getting close to about 2 a.m. You have about 2 more hours left of the night where you can do anything. It's going to take about half an hour to get to the club from Deborah's place. We'll say that she was dropped off last.
Okay. To the club then.
All right. You two go there without everyone goes there with generally without any issue. Other than just slight looking out because of the two new embrace kindred and wanting to make sure you weren't followed.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it doesn't seem you were. And you get into the club, and Jasper and Warren and Wren, you three, all your eyes kind of instantly go into that spot of where Cretius and Dimitri were playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
They're both sitting there. Cretius and his demeanor have changed to somewhat more gleeful and prideful. And that's visible, and Dimitri is very visibly looking angry.
Whose turn does it seem to be?
It doesn't seem to be anyone's turn at the moment. They're both staring at the board. With Cretius kind of... He's actually the one right now who's kind of standing up and gloating and sitting back down a little bit, showing that he is more relaxed than Dimitri is now.
I walk up to get a closer look at the board and harass these two like I've been doing the last couple of nights.
We'll follow along.
The other three, who else is following?
I'll be following, but a little bit behind, just keeping my eyes peeled.
I stay back, but keep a keen watch.
I think I'm going to stand right next to Soraya.
All right. As the two boys, Warren and Jasper, walk up, Dimitri snaps his attention towards you two. He looks past and sees the two girls there. And he is emanating pure anger, and through your just enhanced senses, you just get this feeling that his blood is surging through him now, Warren.
How's the game going, gentlemen?
Not well. And he takes the knight and the bishop that are on the side of the table and puts them back on the board, and puts one of the pawns on the board as well.
The two of you seem different from the last time we were in here. What changed?
You see a vein kind of bulge in Dimitri's head, and he refuses to answer. And Krish just goes, go on, tell them. And he is remaining dead silent.
Must have been pretty crazy if it's that hard to explain. I don't know much about the game of chess, so forgive me if it's an ignorant statement.
I know quite a bit about chess, and it seems, by looking at the board, Dimitri here got much too arrogant, and his opponent simply got the better of him.
With that, can I have everyone roll their initiative? As Dimitri will then launch himself at Warren.
Oh,
Get owned, Dimitri.
Jesus
Worth it.
Christ.
What was
Okay.
initiative again?
It is your dex plus your wits as your modifier, and you just roll 1d10.
Plus any unspent celerity.
Plus your celerity as well, yes. As I always forget.
13.
Nope, Jazzy, it's
Nope.
1d10
Oh, sorry.
plus
So just
6.
do slash init add and there we go.
Mhm.
Margot, can I also get one from you, please?
Yep.
How do I have the best pool, and yet I'm going last?
Well,
It's
you're not
because
going
of this-
last.
Yeah,
You're going
don't
second
worry.
to last.
Oh,
Don't worry. There's still the chance that I can.
I missed Warren's roll.
There's definitely a chance that I'm not getting a good score.
I believe in you.
Thanks. Oh,
I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
you know, maybe I should just not talk anymore.
Okay. Who had... Okay. Does Soraya have celerity?
Yes.
Okay, Soraya's gonna go first. Is gonna go before Dimitri, I should say that.
Okay.
Then I have one person to roll as well. Sorry, I have one more person to add as well. Gotta make sure I get the right numbers up. Then that one, or that one. Oh, wow. Still not great.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That one was supposed to be for Cretius as well. Okay.
Bruja can't win.
No,
Damn.
they cannot.
No, they cannot.
Okay, the first one to go is going to be Margot. You see Dimitri just basically launch himself at Warren, ready to attack.
Oh dear, this is much too unruly for the club. I'm going to use my Melopomene.
Melpomene?
Okay, do I need to remind people? I don't know how to talk.
Don't worry, I can't pronounce it either. It's okay.
I'm going to basically intercom to Annabelle that there is an unruly fight breaking out in her club, which could damage the Masquerade, and something needs to be done.
Okay.
And I spend a blood point to do that.
All right. With that, Dimitri is now going to do his attack against Warren.
Doesn't.
Wait, don't I
Yeah,
go
Oh,
first?
sorry. Yes,
Yep.
it is supposed to be. Sorry, Soraya. Yes.
Use Scorpion's Touch. That's a
Okay.
quietus.
In what form are you doing that as well? The one where you were imbuing it, an item with it, or you were transferring it through physical contact?
Can I use? How many moves can I do per turn? Can I use Celerity to run up and then use Scorpion's Touch to?
You
come
wouldn't
into
need to
physical
use
contact?
you wouldn't need to
Okay.
use celerity to do that.
All right, then I move up and I try to touch him physically with Scorpion's Touch.
How many blood points are you putting into this poison as well?
Let's see. Let's say 3.
3? Okay. And can you also roll a willpower, difficulty 6?
All right. All right. Oh, okay.
Okay. So you're fine with that. It doesn't really wipe you out. It's just the poison's gonna last for about a turn though. Now I'm gonna have you roll to hit him though. That's gonna
So
be your
what would
Dex
that-
plus Brawl plus Celerity. Dex plus Brawl plus Celerity to hit them. If you have Celerity, which you should.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6 as well.
All right.
Alright. You did make contact, but it is not going to be a lot. Now they are going to do their resistance for it as well. Sorry, I also get the right difficulty as well. Okay, should be that. Okay. So, they're... Even as he's right about to launch himself and do the attack, and then he kind of flinches and looks weakened. But he's gonna still attack Warren.
Oh.
And yeah. And he does so, and he kind of grabs you and throws Warren across the balcony a bit, across the lengthwise.
Huh.
And can you roll stamina, please, Warren?
You remind me of what the command is when rolling that? Is that just a regular dice roll, or
Slash MM, and it's a regular dice roll. So you're just gonna be rolling your stamina at difficulty 6 to soak the damage of the throw. Okay. So you take 3 points of bashing damage, as you kind of like land against a table.
And is that half? Because if I remember correctly, we take half bashing. Trying to remember.
I do not know if that is a rule in Vampire or not. Let's just stick with the 3 bashing damage because you can spend your blood point. You can still spend blood points to heal that.
Oh yeah, that's right. But still,
And it heals quickly and on its own very quick as well for vampires.
Fair.
But as Dimitri does that, Gracious is gonna also essentially do the same thing to him, but in the opposite direction of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And so many places of just running around. Yeah, Gracious is gonna make this roll now. It's not very strong, but he's wise. He also, I mean, he throws some, and it doesn't seem to hurt Dimitri as much. And now he's far across the room from you, Wren.
Okay. So it's my go now. I think. Is it my go, Tal?
Yes. Sorry.
All right.
I didn't realize that was a question, but yes, it is your go.
Yep. I am just going to go over to Dimitri and try to should I pop the clothes? I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm just going to tell
this. From what you can tell, this guy's a really old vampire.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pop the claws and then try to go at him.
Okay. I believe you need to spend a blood point for that as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to try to... Oh god, that's a bad idea. But, alright. He went after Warren, so...
That is going to be Duck's Brawl to do that attack as well.
Yep. That's 6 dice.
I should say now that the crowd below, as you guys currently are on the balcony, but the crowd below on the main floor is absolutely screaming and kind of flooding it out the front.
Okay. I'm just going to try to make it look like, I know I'm popping claws here, but it's... Alright, yeah, still going to do it. 6 attacks, 6 and difficulty 6?
Yes.
That's 4 successes.
All right.
Oh,
now roll your strength plus your 3 successes as well, and
an additional 1 because it's protein claws, I believe.
Yes.
So that is 4, 5, 8 dice.
Awesome.
Cool. Difficulty 6. Let's go here. Oh.
God damn!
Oh my god.
Fuck yes.
That
Love that.
wow.
My man.
8 successes across the
Jesus.
board.
That's aggravated damage. That's aggravated
is.
damage.
And he's only able to soak 1 of it. You kind of rake your claws into him, and you do incapacitate him, and before anyone else can act, Cretius uses celerity and moves so fast and forward and sinks his claws into Dimitri. It's not his claws, his fangs. And begins drinking his blood.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, we're very swiftly in and then out of combat.
I think we have a winner.
Jeez Louise.
And
Chess is a lot more exciting than I thought.
there's a very brief moment where he pulls his fangs out. He says, "Yes, it is." And he looks at Dimitri, checkmate, and then sucks the rest of his blood out of his body as Dimitri is screaming horribly.
Like a full diablerie?
Yes.
Oh my.
I don't think we're supposed to do that.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Guys, what's wrong with that? What's the problem?
Annabelle's gonna be pissed.
Cretius, hey, not my business. And you're old and powerful. Someone might, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem like it's gonna end well for everyone around here.
I don't know. That guy locked me up, and he locked Margot up, and my son and her daughter. I think that he deserves to get eaten.
Fuck Dimitri for sure. I'm just saying, like, are we gonna have 5 sheriffs and everybody in this room if we don't do something?
No. He very swiftly answers. It was a part of the game and part of the contract.
Oh, well, that is good to know.
The winner got the other's blood.
Thanks for your vote of confidence.
Yeah.
And you see the three boys, see the other kindred that you had staked at Wren's place kind of is there, and he exclaims, "Oh, my spirit is free! Come, spirits, we can again be friends. My demon is dead." Well, a woman touches Dimitri's body as if she can't believe what happened, and another one who's next to her is crying.
Are you okay?
They're weeping over Dimitri, the one who kidnapped her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Are they humans? Are they ghouls?
Well, the ones that are crying blood, and the other, the other one is talking like a madman.
Okay.
Talking of spirits and, that their demon is dead. So you would either believe that they were ghouls or probably suffering or are now free of Dimitri's domination. Cretius walks up to the rest of you. Goes, "Thank you," and he's kind of rubbing his head too. "Thank you so much for helping in this part of the endeavor. I must apologize for what I involuntarily made you do. You may have any favor from me."
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if nobody says anything else, he'll turn around and point to the entrance of the door.
There's one thing that I've sort of wanted. Gracious, I don't know if you realize, but I'm sort of in bad with Alamut. Could you make it so that, certain debts are forgotten to the Banu Hakim?
That would be difficult. And the best I can do is offer you protection.
Well, I'd be very grateful for your protection. Thank you very much, sir.
He nods at you. He looks at the rest of the group. And if everybody else is silent,
Mm-hmm.
he'll nod at Jasper. Kind of in a respectful brouhaha way, but also in the way of, but with slight unease. You would guess that Cratius is very much, he's old, and he sees, he's probably been around since the foundation of the Camarilla, and is probably in favor of them a bit. And he doesn't know of your anarch nature.
I wink at him.
He offers a very cringed and pained face. And turns around and goes to Dimitri's brood, who are all around his Dimitri's body. Says some words to them and points to the door and shouts, "Leave!"
Has anyone who works at the club made it back here yet? Annabelle or any of her people?
No one is being let back in. You would see that most of this crowd is all of the crowd is out of the building, or if they were in the basement, they're still in the basement because they don't really know what's going on. But anyone who's on the main floor or balcony, they're kind of out of the building at the moment. And you see Brennan Thornhill walk down the steps. So does Annabelle as well. They look at what happened, and Annabelle grabs the body. And Brennan walks past everyone and offers a nod to Cratius. And will then go down to the main entrance and let everybody in. Day is drawing near. Your bodies are beginning to feel heavy.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to do this night before daybreak?
No.
Okay. As you were leaving, Brennan Thornhill pulls all of you aside and he says, as far as they know, this was just a false alarm of a bar brawl. Tonight is a new night. Can I have everybody spend a blood point to rise for the evening?
Yeah.
Margot, Soraya, do you two make your way over to your children?
Yes.
Yes, on my way, I am going to go. I need to hunt.
So do I. Yeah.
I'm getting close to that point where it will get dangerous.
I do not believe there's a specific role tied to hunting. What are the ways that you're gonna hunt? We'll start with Soraya.
I don't know. Could I look for vagrants in alleyways and just hunt from the shadows?
Yeah. Can you do Dex and Stealth?
Yep.
Don't forget to add your celerity as a bonus modifier. And Margot, as well. How are you going to hunt?
I am going to.
Holy shit! Sorry, I just saw Jazzy's roll.
Yeah.
Or sorry, that is 3 10s and an 8. Wow.
So how much blood is that?
Roll a self-control. I don't. How much blood are you missing at the moment?
I am down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blood.
Okay. Can you also roll a self-control? And,
Okay, what's my self-control again?
it is just the your self-control is 3 dots, so you're just gonna be rolling 3 dice.
All right.
You just need 1 success.
Uh,
And this is more just in the way of not murdering someone. Unless you don't care about that.
no, I do care about that. How do I roll just 3 dice?
Just do 3d10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Standard difficulty, I think.
While we wait. And I promise not to
3?
get distracted. Oh.
Oh, wait, no.
Nope.
Sorry.
Okay. If you do /mm 3 space 6 in that little syntax box and then press enter, that should be it.
Okay. Okay, 3 successes.
Wonderful. So yeah, don't kill anyone, and you're able to make your way back up to full.
Okay, cool.
Margot?
Okay, so I'm actually pretty famous in this in the greater music scene of Chicago. I've got 2 dots in fame.
You're gonna go to a different bar.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to a jazz club.
Okay.
Um,
Are you gonna perform or are you gonna seduce?
Well, seduction is a performance.
I'm not gonna have you roll performance and subterfuge at the same time.
It's going to be kind of like a classic siren call.
Okay.
She's going to this nightclub to perform, but she's gonna kind of use it to lure sucker letter A into a bit of an alley to help her relax after a strenuous performance or something.
Roll appearance and then subterfuge plus an extra dice because you do have 2 specialties there.
Sure. How
That's
many
just how
extra
I'm
dice?
gonna do it. It's just plus 1 extra dice because you do have 2 specialties there.
Sure.
I mean, you are alluring and you are seducing. So
Cool.
wonderful.
Yeah.
How much blood are you missing?
I am currently at 8.
No, I don't believe you need to roll for self-control.
It's once you
So you're
reach
good.
7, you do.
Yep.
So I'm just
So you
gonna,
are all good?
Oh, I'm gonna take 2 blood points back.
Are you also teaching your children how to... after the fact, are you teaching your children how to hunt as well?
Yeah.
Soraya?
Yes, I will too.
Okay. Are you going to take them to the Succubus Club, or are you going to not do that there?
Margot, what do you think?
Well, let's see where we can meet the boys If they want to meet at the Succubus Club, we'll take them to the Succubus Club. If they would rather we meet elsewhere, then we can take them elsewhere. I would rather be in a spot where we have the rest of the group, just in case.
Seems fair to me. I'm unsure about exposing Randy or Deborah to the Succubus Club just yet. They should acclimate to kindred society first, don't you think?
Very well. I am in works of getting our children to be seen in the eyes of the Camarilla as we speak. In a way that's fully legit.
As we talked about during our break, Cretius will allow you to present both of them, but you do need to get them ready for presentation.
Correct.
All right, our three boys. What are you three doing for the night?
I need to go hunting. I am dangerous. I'm at that point where I'm hungry.
Are you also going to be doing this in the way of, in dark alleys and such?
Yes, I will be.
So that is going to be dexterity and stealth, which you also put silent movements on as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that is...
It's more just to catch someone off guard.
Yep. 7, 6. That is 7 successes.
Jesus.
You will definitely be filling up to full, but I also need you to make that self-control check.
Yes, I agree. I was about to say.
I'm afraid to roll dice. You guys are taking all the luck.
Okay.
Okay. You struggle not to kill this person, but you make it.
Ooh.
Warren and Jasper.
I want to see if I can't have a chat with my sire and see what he thinks I should do with this boon. I just want to share the events of the last 3 nights with him.
Okay. We'll get to that in a minute, 'cause he is going to be at the club. There's things going on. Warren?
Warren's gonna stop by Save first, and he'll actually hunt as well. Just kind of sit at the bar, keep an eye out for people going out for smoke breaks, or just anybody who might be heading out to a more secluded area.
The club or just a random bar?
Just a random, dive bar.
Okay. Okay. So yours is also going to be dexterity and stealth. If you want to use obfuscation as well.
I would.
Okay. Let me go check to see what one you need to do. Okay. So you see someone walk by. Can I have you roll with stealth as you move to fight them? So not dex and stealth, but wits and stealth.
Yeah.
Which is actually still the same roll.
Sorry, what was the diff?
This is going to be difficulty 6.
1 success.
Are you at the point of where you might be frenzying, or are you just you're just topping off?
I'm just topping off. I'm at 8. So
Okay.
just barely.
So our 2 girls are calling the boys, I'm assuming, and seeing where they want to meet.
Yep.
So collectively, you all receive a call from wherever you are, from Margot and Soraya.
I mean, we've been going to the club together this long. Why stop now?
That's fair. I'm on my way.
Wonderful.
You two drop the children off then?
Did we have a chance to teach them how to hunt for a little while?
Yeah, I'm just for the sake of time, let's say so. It's their first night out hunting. It's a bit rough, but they do get one person down, and both of you do actually have to pull them away from the mortal.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like to think that it's kind of like that part in Bambi, where Bambi tries to learn to walk for the first time and it's wobbly and messy.
I mean, it's not messy just by the virtue of they're able to lick away the puncture wounds.
Oh yeah, but it's messy in other ways. Like they're really bad at this.
Yeah. But as you all are at the club, you're about a block away. You hear, I mean, Wren especially, you hear shouting, but everyone else is kind of this like muffled shouting as you're kind of like about to round the corner. And you see a bunch of pamphlets all over the ground. And if you check the reference and announcements channel, you will see what they say. It reads, "Death cultist threatens today's youth" at the top in the headline.
Oh no.
Below, do you know who your child's friends are? Do they wear occult symbols on their clothes? Have they been hanging out in rock and roll clubs? If so, beware. Death worshippers have been making their way among them. They've been drinking blood in elaborate rituals, pretending it's the latest rage. And then it has a address at the bottom. First Unity Baptist Church, 599 Nyber Lane, Gary, Indiana.
The satanic panic is so 1980s.
I was about to say, I look over at Soraya and it's like, I respect you a lot more now. Yeah, the exact thing.
Yeah, come on, it's 1992 and a brand new millennia. Find something else to be mad at.
Yeah, exactly. I
91.
just came from Afghanistan and I know that.
And of course it's Gary. Of course it's Indiana. Gary, of all things, of course.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Wonderful. And as you guys make your way closer to the club, I don't know if you hang on to this pamphlet or not. You see two groups. See a group of what seems to be like blue-collar workers, kind of in like plaid, wearing blue jeans. Some of them are holding Bibles, and the women are kind of wearing those very Midwestern dresses that like you might wear to church or something. Where there's also another group that looks like all of the usuals of the Succubus Club, with like, and it seems to primarily be consisting of blood dolls. And they're both shouting at each other.
Well, it seems like the Succubus Club is attracting a lower quality of clientele.
Seems so.
You guys gonna make your way forward?
Yeah, are they like blocking the entrances?
Well, it's a lot of shouting. It's angry shouting. They're both angrily shouting at each other. And even as you guys are walking up, you see someone who breaks off from the group, and they specifically start walking up to Margot and Soraya and Wren as well.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
Hello.
Hello.
This short, dark-haired man. Again, he's wearing jeans, it's a flannel shirt, and he's wearing a baseball cap. and there's fire in his eyes, and whoever is not holding one of those pamphlets, he shoves another into the hands, and he's going like, you take it, you fools. It's not too late to find salvation. Stop drinking blood. Turn your backs on the devil.
On the devil? Have you heard the word of our Lord Allah?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Blow his mind.
That's what they said.
Yeah, for the sake of the scene, we'll say that Soraya was not the one who got the second pamphlet shoved into her hands, and that it was Wren, most likely. And
another one.
he pulls out like another 3 and just like starts shoving them at you. And it's not too late. You can find salvation.
Oh, okay.
Turn your backs on sin.
What? I don't. Why just? I just nod my head like, okay. Jesus, I just.
My beast hasn't, Christ already made the ultimate sacrifice for us?
Yes, but you cannot turn your back on him. You must turn your back on sin. You can't go in and drink the blood and listen to that ritualistic music. You cannot go into this damn
Drink
damn
the blood?
building
Ritualistic music? I mean, if you have a problem with Catholic worship,
it would be pretty easy to guess that this guy's not Catholic.
Well, I mean, I would think so, but, chamber music and transmutation.
And he's kind of shouting and doing those like prayer arms up in the air like most evangelicals do, and he's still ranting and raving about the devil's music being played in there, and the damnation and the evils of alcohol that you partake in the building, and the drinking of that some of you drink blood.
I don't know where he gets it from. Where are you getting this stupid information that we are drinking blood?
People are strange nowadays.
I
But,
know.
I know I don't.
And even if you guys try moving around, he kind of like starts like trying to block your way and kind of like moving backwards as you move forwards and trying to make your way into the club. And he's saying that we have come here from Gary, Indiana. We have come here to save your souls. We have heard about this den of sin.
I don't think that a nightclub is where you should be preaching, darling.
And you guys are getting closer to the entrance. You see there are 2 like police officers kind of like 2 police officers on each side kind of blocking off each group. So they're both looking very angry and malevolent and close to violence.
Oh no.
And from the crowd, there's like screams of that like Satan's among us, and the apocalypse is drawing near, and the rapture will come. And he's saying that you are all controlled, and the guy who's come up to you, saying that you are all controlled by Satan. You must turn your backs on him.
If we were curious to learn more, who should we talk to?
Go to the church on the flyer, and he hands you another, as you're now like holding 4. Or Wren's the one who's holding all of them now.
Yes.
And he's pointing, and he'll hand it again, another one again to Soraya, and kind of like point at the address.
Okay, great. We'll do that, once we're done with our night here.
And you guys are seeing kind of like the place drawing back and coming like almost drawing their backs, coming like back to back against each other from each group as each group is pushing in forward any more. When the front door opens, and you see Brendan Thornhill come out through the front door. And he exclaims and addresses Claude. "Excuse me, I am the proprietor of this establishment, and I could not help but notice this gathering from my office window. I must say I was unaware of the danger you address. I am sure my customers are as interested as I am in finding out more." And you notice that tensions, it simmers down, the anger and everything. And some people are kind of like starting from the religious side of the crowds, kind of walking up to him, and you see a middle-aged man in the garb of like what looks like would be a priest. And anyone who has religion, or not religion, that's not a thing in this one. Let's say academics or politics.
All right.
If you could do that.
I have politics.
I have both academics and politics.
3 politics.
Yes. 2 politics, 1 academics.
Can you roll intelligence and politics?
Okay.
And we'll use this as our kind of like religion-esque kind of thing. Because I do not
One
believe
success.
that is. I'm sure it's a thing you can opt into for the system, but it is not needed.
3 successes. 3 sevens. Lucky number.
2 success.
Oh, failed.
Obviously, to everybody, he kind of looks more Christian. You would guess at anyone who got a success would get this idea as he's an. I'm gonna welcome someone to correct me on this. Episcopal.
Episcopal?
That. He is of that sect of Christianity.
Okay.
And he's definitely like as the people of the religious side of the crowd, he's definitely the one that stands out, and the other people kind of like make their way, like move out of the way for him, as they look at him with a lot of kindness. And he kind of Brennan isn't looking directly at him, as Brennan Thornhill's like talking to like one of the guards or the bouncers right next to the door, and he taps Brennan on the shoulder, and then the air is just suddenly rent by an earth-shattering shriek. And as you see some windows along the block rattle, some break even, as he leaps. Brendan Thornhill leaps quite high in the air, and with a look of horror and pain on his face, he races into the club it's so incredibly fast that you see kind of like 3 people that are already inside. You just like get completely ran over and knocked over by him.
I follow.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to try to go in.
Anyone who's trying to go in, I need you to make a humanity roll. Difficulty 7. As you were going close to this priest.
Okay.
Oh.
Scary.
All right. One success.
Jesus, 4 successes.
Jasper, Warren.
3 successes.
4 successes.
4 successes.
Get fucked, priest.
So everyone other than Wren is able to like they make it into this like 5-foot mark. And then I'm gonna need you all to make a humanity roll of difficulty 8 now.
Oh.
And Wren needs to make a self-control roll. Sorry, it's a courage roll. My bad. Courage.
Oh, courage roll. Okay. That's. I was about to be like, oh man, that's bad. But courage, I'm courageous. Difficulty for me.
The difficulty of the courage roll is 6.
Sorry,
Okay, still 6.
Oh, never mind.
Failure.
Yeah, failure as well.
3 successes for my courage.
Failure.
Failure.
Oh,
Oh,
Critical
no.
failure.
Okay.
Almost a bestial failure.
Almost a botch. Almost a botch. Everybody but Margot. Sorry, I need to check. Okay. Soraya, why did you roll 3 dice?
That was my courage, rating 3.
Oh, that it was on the phone.
No. Not everybody needed to make the courage roll. That was just Wren.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes, that was just Wren.
Wait, did I have to roll something else?
Yes, I need you to roll a humanity roll at difficulty 8.
Okay.
Margot is able to kind of make it up fully up to the priest.
Okay.
While and so is Soraya. But Warren and Jasper kind of get this incredibly warm feeling, and the same one that Wren is also experiencing. But Wren is kind of stuck frozen in place. And can I have Warren and Jasper also make a courage roll? But the 2 women are able to make their way up to him, and they're right beside him.
Of course, it's the boys who are held back. Gosh darn it.
and this is 6.
Difficulty 6 for the courage roll.
Two successes.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are kind of just I mean, while Wren is a little bit further away from the other 2, it's just, all the boys are, Jasper and Warren and Wren, they're kind of stuck in this paralyzed state. As like this, they have a slight urge to run away, but they know they don't need to. And like there's something in this inherent nature that's just emanating from this priest that something is wrong. And if Margot and Soraya were to look at any of the other at the rest of the coterie, they would realize that like something is a bit wrong.
I'm just gonna lean in and whisper to Soraya. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies from this. A lot more heebie than jeebie, but you know.
Indeed, it seems like our holy friend here has had an effect on the boys. Maybe he's somebody that we should keep an eye on.
I wholeheartedly agree. There's either something very off about him, or the men are very, religion shy. And she'll look back. But I think that it's the former and not the latter.
I should say so. In the meantime, His Holiness also seems to have had an effect on this Elysium, which is even more disquieting. So he rallied an entire cult from Indiana to seek something out? That's not good news.
Right.
Warren, with your enhanced senses and such, you do get a faint smell of warm air and roses.
Interesting.
But generally, after about a minute, you all are fine. As he's made his way inside the club at the moment. But the 4 police officers outside are still kind of like holding back some of the groups, some of the blood dolls and the protesters, but it does seem to be like a smaller amount. As some blood dolls have gone in and have already paid their cover charge, or going in and paying their cover charge or lining up, and you could even see some of the protesters are doing the same, as if they might be bringing their protest inside the building. But eventually you all do make your way into the building. You 5 are well known by the bouncers by this point, so you are able to make your way in without paying for the cover charge.
Priest smelled good. Did anyone else notice?
I don't go around sniffing priests.
Neither
I
do
can-
I.
I can't really smell much at all. I'm surprised you can.
I did get a weird vibe off of him, though.
Very odd, whatever was going on there.
This seems bad.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This seems bad, though, right? A bunch of people hanging out outside of the vampire club, telling people not to drink blood. Someone fucked up.
I have a bad feeling about that. Yep.
You all see, Jasper, you see a anarch known as Genghis, kind of walking up the stairs up to the balcony and up even further.
I rush to follow behind him.
You force your Coterie mate to do this without much explanation.
Oh, wait, no, I think I know that guy. Hey, Genghis.
He kind of turns around to you and then just continues walking. As if he's like feeling more drawn to do like a mission, or like, you know, someone might have asked him into the room.
Wait, I gotta know what's going on there.
Alright, you were going upstairs. Is anyone else following?
Oh, I don't know.
I will too.
I'll follow from a distance.
Okay. And Warren?
Warren's gonna actually hang back. He's gonna see if he can find any of the protesters from outside, see if they've sort of gathered in a general area inside the club, since they're
The ones that have made their way in are kind of going about just the whole main floor. Actually, frankly, the people that you do see inside now, and this goes for everyone, you see a lot of the people that generally reside in the basement of the Succubus Club, lovingly known as the Labyrinth, just due to its somewhat maze-like nature and walls that hide certain that are corners and are dead ends and have less than legal activities go on. So you see a lot of those people are up on the main floor at the moment. But the protesters that have made their way in are just kind of more Bible thumping, and the blood dolls that are in now and everyone that is now, they're kind of acting more punk and blood doll than usual. They're like very showboating right now. Some are even performing, basically skirting the edge of pornography and like public acts.
Yeah. In sort of a more, I guess, redneck crowd, and he'll sort of try to evangelize his own position of if you really want to make a change, don't waste your time with clubs or little petty things like this. If you really want to combat Satanism and satanic influence, you should really be lining up outside of police stations or city halls or places like that, because that is the real way that the Patriot movement will kind of take root and actually influence things.
You hear from some of them that like they agree, but like they're here because they got paid. You don't hear from a lot of them saying that, but there's a good few saying that.
It's astroturfed, I know.
But as for the four, heading to the third floor of the club, you go into the office and you see 3 other kindred that aren't part of the group there as well. There's Genghis, the one that we mentioned earlier, one known as Sir, and one that Margot knows as Portia. And everyone can, like, it's a bit hazy, but like your memory of her is hazy, but you think she might have been at the party. Well, but all 3 are sitting down as Brennan Thornhill is digging into his carpet, pacing back and forth. Something must be done. Just one more like that is a threat to all of us. Never have I suffered this kind of pain he put me through. If we don't do it now, we may never get the chance again. He kind of looks up as you guys are entering. Even following Genghis, he just motions for you to sit at any open chair.
I lean against the wall because I'm an asshole.
Wow. Someone's very cool.
And
I'm very impressed, Jasper. You've really sticking it to the man, she says as she takes the seat.
I like standing.
Yeah. Knowing that I've been spotted, I take a seat as well.
The he kind of resumes back to his pacing again, is kind of muttering to himself, and then he looks up in this kind of like a dazed, mad state, like a paranoia, and he points at Jasper and Wren. It's like, you too have experienced the pain I did. I know you did. That creature it's a menace. It must be destroyed. Oh, the agony of his touch. Oh, to think that he could ever cause the pain that he did. I thought such men were gone. He must be the one behind this accursed spectacle taking place outside of my doors. To die and die tonight.
Well, hold your horses. Kill him tonight. We can have a lot of people suspicious. Do you know anything about him?
Just, you wretched damn child. There's a rogue. Just, you, and he starts calling you so many different names. And after a few minutes, they're just like chewing you out. Just takes a fake deep breath in and just goes to the other, looks at the other 3 kindred that are not part of the group. just goes, "Who will rid me of this man?" And Genghis jumps up to his feet, very excitedly, kind of offering up his services. And goes like, and he joins in and says like, "Yeah, who does this jerk think he is coming in here like this? We ought to take them all out, starting with him and moving right through the rest of those damn grits. Serve him right up for trying to ruin our fun. I'm with you on this one, Brennan." And then Sir, who, well, can't remember their exact look or clan or anything, but they are just known as Sir. Margot and Jasper and Wren would just know this kindred as Sir. He just chimes in briefly. One who can both command a legion of kind and protect himself from our special talents is a factor we do not need in this town. This worthless cur is a threat to us and all we hold dear. Indeed, our damnable lives may be in nature from them. If we do not deal with his threat now, it might be too late. Portia says nothing.
From what we saw when we were in the hunter's safe house, did we get any indication, or knowing what we know now with the pamphlets and anything, we see anything that might connect the two?
Can you roll intelligence investigation?
Oh, so you just want to make fun of me?
If you want Jasper to be able to connect the dots.
Yeah, for sure.
This is going to be difficulty 8 as well.
+1 because I don't have investigation.
That's what I'm adding, so it's just going to be a difficulty 8.
Okay.
If anybody else wants to do this, it's going to be a difficulty 7.
Ooh, a botch!
Yikes.
They are just completely unrelated, and frankly, you're kind of like now angry at yourself, just like for immediately going like, oh wait, no, we don't want to kill this guy. Now you're going full Bart on the train of like, oh shit, this might be like this could just be like a different hunter organization or whatever. We need to kill this guy.
Difficulty 7, intelligence
and investigation. Yep.
All right. 1 success.
Yeah, there's a possibility it could be connected, but you don't. I mean, you're not sure, but it could be a possibility.
Especially with how much stronger his faith feels compared to the others that we faced. Yeah.
Sorry, what are we rolling? Intelligence and...
Investigation, if you want to try and draw a connection to the pamphlets and the previous hunter interaction you had.
Two successes.
While you think it might be connected, it probably isn't. This one didn't seem like ready for war. They didn't seem to have any. You kind of remember the telltale signs with the other priest of the other hunter you came across, and while they didn't have like the whole full priest garb on, and they like the only identifiers of like religion were just kind of the Christian prayer beads that they had, that even had the insignia of Saint Leopold on it, and this guy doesn't have any of that. And as you guys are kind of like thinking to yourselves a bit, the three men who are all advocating for this guy's murder, you hear Brennan just kind of going on, all three of them are arguing about how to kill this guy. Brennan is just going for something very flashy, and you would assume that it's because of his paranoia. It's like it needs to be a very flashy, very gory, very visible death. And he wants to make an example out of the priest. And Genghis is wanting it to be wanting it to be an abduction, and for it to be very slow and painful, torturous death. Well, then the other one is just wanting it for it to be quick and silent, and like avoiding any risk to the Masquerade. Portia is still sitting in her chair, not saying much about anything. And if you kind of hear the... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was speaking up. You should make a big show of it. That's just gonna have more of these people outside of the club. They're gonna piss them off more. They're gonna think, he got murdered for speaking the truth. It's all over the place.
And Genghis is gonna just kind of like gesture at you and like, see, he's with me. It needs to be slow, painful, torturous death in my lair. I got the racks.
Well, however you do it, just don't do it in front of everybody.
And the other two kind of like chime in, like, no, can't do that. That's not good enough. Or like it's still risking the Masquerade, and blah blah blah.
Soraya doesn't voice an opinion yet. Instead, she looks silently at Portia, trying to, place if she's seen her somewhere before and what her opinion might be.
Again, now that you're piecing it together, she's from the club. You kind of remember Annabelle talking about a neonate that she, like a fledgling that she had recently, and that graduated up to a neonate. And the name Portia kind of rings familiar in your brain, that this might be the same neonate, but you're not entirely certain.
So I wouldn't recognize her.
It's just from the party is all.
Got it.
And she's just kind of like sitting there thinking, very obviously thinking, and then you hear the three men kind of come to this like agreement of come to an agreement of like somebody else has to kill him. It might not. It doesn't have to be our way, but it has to be some way. I have a club, and is what Brennan says, and Cyril say, I can't do it. Everybody knows me. Genghis doesn't really have much of anything to offer, but he's just going, I can't really do anything. Unless you guys let me abduct him, but it might take a night. The three men turn over to your group.
What's in it for us?
I don't know. What do you want? Is what Genghis is gonna say.
Sidebar. Go to the side with everybody. Well, what do y'all want?
Portia laughs a slight bit. You hear a slight chuckle.
It might be nice to establish myself as Primogen in this city.
Might have to kill a few more guys for that, but we could try to work it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And No, something about being the do-girl for every, bigwig in this city seems off. Is there no one else who can kill this random priest? Is there a reason why this priest is so important? I think there's something they're not telling us.
I'm gonna turn back and look at the. We'll do it at the price of a major boon. It's your club on the line. You can't afford for it not to happen, isn't that right?
Me, like, 1 second. Gotta make sure that he doesn't have a certain discipline. Okay. Major boon is not really on the table, is what Thornhill's gonna say. Major boon's not gonna happen.
I could go out there right now and tell them all that what they think is the truth, or at least that it's worse than they think it is. Make it worse, or we can make the problem go away. Your club is important to you, isn't it?
Thornhill is gonna say silence. He's gonna use the word. Gonna use command on you.
Oh, shit.
Make sure it's the right roll. Intimidation. Can you roll? Roll your willpower, please. Total.
And that's unspent willpower?
Yes, your total willpower. I need your total.
Oh, total. Okay, cool. So that's not taking into account what I spend. Sorry, just want to make sure.
Yep.
Pog.
This is just going to be your roll to kind of soak it up. Not really.
Fuck me, a botch, a double botch. Fuck all of you for rolling your 8 successes and your 3 10s and your fucking. Come on, man.
Just for the remainder of the sidebar conversation, you were silent. You could still attempt to talk. You could
Son
still
of a
write.
bitch.
You could write stuff down if you wanted, but you were going to be silent. I did not expect that roll to go that well, but it did.
I finally speak up and this is what happens. I'm keeping my mouth shut for the rest of the fucking chronicle. Fuck you guys.
Soraya just looks at Legacy and
Who's Legacy?
gives her
Who's Legacy?
looks at Margot and gives her a slight wink.
Margot's actively fighting back laughter. Like her mouth, her hand is over her mouth.
Portia has another smile on her face. And she... And Thornhill's gonna say, listen. We will talk about what you can get if you kill him.
Listen, darling. We can't do anything without a promise of favor in return. We need to know what exactly it is that you are willing to part with. Are you willing to do a boon? Are you willing to do a direct payment in cash? What is it that you are willing to bring to the table for our services? We work as a team, not as a solo. So, whatever it is, better be enough for everybody.
What do you want? Cash or a boon?
I mean, I always go for a boon. I was born at night, not last night, darling.
All right, boon it is. Moderate boon. Not Crimogen.
Damn it.
I don't even have control of that. I don't even know what you think I would do.
Make it one moderate and one minor per person. You've got yourself a deal.
Moderate, group, collective, minor for all 4 of you. not your little friend that's
I
still
try to
out
talk.
there.
Oh, okay. For once, I am not the one being excluded. My mistake.
He waves his finger in like an aggressive manner of just going like, fuck him for kind of like not joining us and not trying to take care of the situation. All right, just go deal with it is what Thornhill's going to say, and Genghis is he's going to look at Jasper and he's going to say, nod your head. Actually, all of you, nod your heads if you want me to help.
I nod my
He
head.
looks at every single one of you.
Does Genghis have a good reputation in my circles?
He's an anarch. He's a bit older. Bruja as well. So it's not the worst. Actually, is he Gangrel? Or is he Bruja? He might be Gangrel. I might, but he's an anarch of some sorts.
But he doesn't have a reputation for like ruining everything.
No, he does not have a reputation for ruining everything.
I'll
I will
nod my
say
head.
that. The other two.
I nod slowly and tentatively.
I nod.
He stands up. He looks at Thornhill and he says, "Fine." And you suddenly feel like he can talk again. And he ushers you out of the room. Now, as a group, how do you want to murder him? How do you want to murder the priest?
What's murder?
We have to get him away from his people, away from his congregation, from his family.
Wren, just due to your nature, as you do look out across the room, you do see him kind of walking around the club and talking to people. A lot of the protesters are kind of sheepish now, just at the acts of depravity of happening around them. And he just kind of looks at and like everyone that he's talking to just does seem to have this aura of like calmness, and even the like blood dolls who did seem angry do become a lot softer around him. Morin, you also do notice this too. But you do also have a instinctive nature to just kind of like move away from him as he is still navigating himself around the room.
I think I might be able to talk to and maybe disperse the crowds a little bit. I might not. Wait, I can talk now, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good to know. I had to check with rules like that. Get them moving, convince them that Satan lives at home or whatever. That it's a lost cause here. Maybe once they start to clear out, he'll decide to go home and we can follow.
That could work.
What if we did what we did with Dimitri? What if I decided to infiltrate their organization? I'm curious what they're teaching.
That would mean that you would have to.
Genghis is going to interrupt. I'm so sorry, Wren. Genghis is going to interrupt whatever Wren was about to say. He says, like, no, just kill them now. No need for a long Kong. Just kill them now.
I, taught disappointingly, but, nod my head in assent.
I mean, you're an ass, Mike. Can't you do special things? And if you
I can indeed do special things, but I think that our instinct to isolate him would have been a good one. So, our more charismatic Coterie members should start working the crowd, maybe?
Says you need. I mean, you can murder him. You can use. Sniper's lame. Don't do that. You just straight up try to shoot him. You know, pistol
It
to the
does
head.
seem getting close to him, like, turns you off. Something with a little distance to it might be the way to go, but bullets are messy.
Or you can, just muster up more courage, go out to the guy, despite the fact that he is whatever he is. I don't know. Muster up some willpower, muster up some courage. Go over to him, get the gun, pop him in the head, go away.
I mean, there has to be some reason why you haven't done that.
Oh, fuck.
Is this gentleman around crowds?
If you look out, you do see the priest kind of going around the crowd. Like, the blood dolls do seem at ease talking to him. Everyone does seem like, whenever he goes to talk to somebody, they do seem a lot calmer than they were originally before he talked to them. So you would almost guess, with the aura that he has around him right now, that, there might be, from what you guys felt with the True Faith of the Hunter, this is like a different kind, or different effects.
I have an idea, which will make getting him alone a lot easier. Back in my days, I used to be a bit of a gospel singer, before, well, I became this.
Before fame.
For the fame and the fortune and the, glamorous lifestyle that I live. Thinks back to having to stab a priest in the shoulder. I could distract the crowds with a bit of gospel singing. Let's say I have a knack for turning heads with my music. And truly being the center of attention when need be.
Yeah, use your, the presence thing. I can do that too.
Yeah.
Just, we can poison him, we can mug him, or, just some other thing,
You've got a lot of violent tendencies. I wonder what clan you're a part of.
You would start recognizing.
Oh, I am well aware, and I'm sure Margot is at this point too. She's more so just poking fun at his elimination methods.
Yeah.
You have to respect a man with range.
It's like and you can hear him just kind of like, I wish I had a bazooka, just
See, darling, men with rage are like a dime a dozen. Now find yourself a female with rage, or a woman with rage. Then you
That's
have
like a
actual
quarter.
fear.
Oh,
Yeah, you go.
No, you.
I want to go ahead and go outside and try to disperse the crowds.
They've already mostly dispersed
Oh,
at this
okay,
point.
okay.
There is a squad car out there though that it looks like it has a few more officers inside. That if another brawl breaks out again, they're gonna come into the club as you would guess maybe they're also wearing riot gear as well. So if something breaks out inside the club, they're gonna come in with riot gear and shut that shit down quickly.
then yeah, the people inside because as we walked up, there were the like preachy types around all of the blood dolls starting to get it on. Are they like dispersed throughout the club or like concentrated?
The ones that are getting it on with each other?
So you mentioned that there were like blood dolls that were
Yeah, no.
Not them,
Oh.
the like people who were standing around awkwardly trying to preach at them.
Oh, the Bible. Okay, so the Bible thumpers are like kind of like looking away from those acts, and they're kind of now they're a lot more cagey, trying to do their thing, and some are still rattling off some words, but you can see a lot more quiet and are just going like, this is weird, don't like this.
Yeah, I want to like get around them. I want to activate presence and address all of them. Listen, everybody, I know you're here in what you think is a den of sin, and clearly there's something going on. But the fact is that the influence of Satan starts at home. These people are beyond gone. The people you're looking to save are at home, in your churches, in your communities, in your schools. Please, save your time and go do your work where it will matter.
Stop it. Get some help.
Can you're using awe, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna spend a blood point. You're gonna roll charisma and performance difficulty.
7.
I'm gonna say 7, but I'm actually gonna make it 8 just due to the nature of these people. As they're very much inherently not going to be overly happy to listen to you.
Does my eloquent specialty for charisma apply?
Yeah, you're giving more of a... Yeah, you're giving a speech, you know? But yeah, it's just a higher difficulty just because these people are not ones that are gonna like typically listen to someone who...
I mean, come on. That's 2 successes minus 2 from ones. I can't. Why am I here, man? I made my character to talk, and every time I talk, it fails. And every time I stab for somebody, it works great.
'Tis the Bruhawk curse, truly.
I will I'll allow the thing that's from V5 because I do like it. If you want to spend a willpower and reroll those ones, I will let you.
I don't know if I should. I got 1 more willpower left. I'm already getting dominated. I'm gonna try though. Oh wait, there should have been 2. Should I just reroll?
I'll let you have the 1 success.
Okay.
There's like, in the grand scheme of things with this group, you see like a couple people walk away, though it's not like it's not a majority. It's like if this were to be like a group of like 10 people, you really would have only got like 1 person leave. They're kind of like reluctantly leaving. Everybody else, unfortunately, ignores you. And I mean, some of the other blood dolls kind of just... Some blood dolls return to their regular nature. Otherwise, it's not really much happened.
All right, Margot, you're up to bat to embarrass me.
All right. I am going to spend a blood point and activate awe.
All right, same roll, difficulty 8 as well, just because of the nature of the crowd.
Sure thing, sure thing. And that's charisma and performance.
Yep. Are you gonna try singing this as well?
Yeah. So my goal is I've got the 3rd dot in the daughter. Yeah, in the thing. Which allows me to fuck with people's emotions with my music. So, she's going to activate awe. which I will roll for. And just see how many people I can kind of. You said difficulty 8?
Difficulty 8.
Ooh.
Nice
0.
on your guys' favorite tonight.
Yeah, really not.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's fine. That was just to see if I could get them to focus on me. I can still get their emotional state to change using
Yeah.
my yeah,
No
that one.
comment?
Yep.
Yes, you're gonna be a
Gotta
madrigal.
Yes.
So it's also charisma performance.
hmm
Um,
That one, I believe, is just difficulty 7.
yes, and this one is just more, since it's more emotion based instead of
Yeah.
trying to get people who are against people who look like you.
Right. Do I get to add my performance specialty?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I will spend a willpower for an automatic success.
How many willpower do you have left?
I'm still pretty up there in willpower. Yeah, I'm still good.
Okay.
There we go.
The bad.
Four successes.
What kind of emotion are you trying to instill?
As she begins to sing, she's going to sing gospel. The people who are listening in are going to feel waves of almost like a melancholy calmness. Like they're so wrapped up inside of their heads in prayer that their emotional state is almost changing to like sorrow. And I want them to focus in on the pain and the love yet pain of the song. So I'm thinking a little melancholy, like a soothing melancholic feel.
Okay. Sorry, no, this is just to figure out who in your coterie is also feeling this. So, Jasper, things are just not in your favor
Motherfucker.
tonight. You're not really feeling this like effect of. It's not the exact same kind of melancholy that was described. Yours is it's very much of the like, I'm so sad. This person's kind of like the root of my sadness. It's you have even more of a drive to kill this guy, and it's becoming very necessary that you kill this guy at this point now, as you feel like this might be your only way to like happiness. But a good fifth of the crowd just kind of just like stops what they're doing, and like Bible thumpers and blood dolls alike, and they just kind of just start like thinking, and they all seem a bit sad. And Genghis turns to you and is like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Never underestimate the power of the feminine rage.
Amen, sister.
Okay. So how are we gonna kill him?
Can I... Oh, sorry, does anyone else want to go, or...
We should push him off of something tall.
Can I use obfuscate to move through the crowd unseen? Using what's it called? Unseen presence?
Whoa.
Moving through the crowd kind of defeats the purpose, if I'm gonna be honest.
But if the crowd is distracted...
If you're... I mean, this is just to get closer to the priest, right?
This is to get closer to the priest without him recognizing my presence, without him, feeling as though he's getting snuck up on.
I'm not really gonna have you roll for that. As far as you know, he really wasn't aware of your presence before. And even though you may be using your obfuscate to do that, you are pretty sure that he still does not know you're there, and you are pretty sure that everyone around you doesn't really know you're there either.
Cool, so I sneak through the crowd and, get him in the neck.
So this is also going to be, so you're going to be rolling humanity, 8 again, and then you're going to roll rolls for Scorpion Touch if you succeed. And I'm only going to need 1 success for the humanity roll.
Okay. One success.
So now you need a roll for Scorpion Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you what it is again before I forget. So how many blood points you're putting into this, by the way?
2.
Okay. So take those 2 blood points off. Roll your willpower.
All right.
And then you'll be able to touch him.
My willpower is 5 and what?
It's just total. It's the difficulty is 6, and it's your total willpower.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you touch him, and he kind of flumps over a bit, but it does look like he's still breathing. If you want to try doing that again, you're more than welcome to. You would generally guess that you need 1 more attempt to be able to take him down. Like a singular blood point.
Okay.
Same roll of willpower. You just take off 1 blood point.
All right. 5, 6. Yep.
Yeah, and he kind of he's talking with these two, and he kind of just goes, Wait, hold. And he sits down and then kind of falls over on his back. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.